Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. Let's look at the economy and the unfolding of the world economic depression. We just had the announcement that the unemployment rate is now up again. It went up from 9.6%, I believe, to 9.8% officially. We would then have to check the U6 unemployment data series of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, U.S. Department of Labor. That must now be in the area of 17, 18%. But when we add in the discouraged and others that the government statistics neglect, we are certainly in the area of 22 to 23%, and most likely something like 25% total real unemployment. That is why we need to create 30 million new productive jobs, not wretched, dead-end, low-wage retail jobs, not pizza home delivery, not hamburger sales, not croupier at a casino or any other dead-end occupation, but high technology, high capital investment per job, high value added, export-oriented in many cases, remunerative jobs, one paycheck, enough for a family of 3 or 4, as it was during the heyday of the New Deal, back at the mature phase of the New Deal, the 1950s and 1960s, one paycheck per family did it. Now, of course, the individual paycheck degraded to the point that that is no longer the case. We've actually got a perfect storm. We've got the Fed revealing this week $3.3 trillion for zombie bankers, foreign zombie bankers, hedge fund hyenas, jackals, asset strippers, and others politically connected. The Fed had $3.3 trillion for them, but not much for the productive economy in the United States. We've got the rise of unemployment to 9.8%. We had the Republicans voting not to extend unemployment benefits. They say, that 20 or 25 billion has got to be paid for by corresponding budget cuts. But the Republicans advocate a tax bonanza, for the rich, a bonanza, a windfall for rich parasites, and for S-corporation profiteers, people like the Koch or Koch brothers, the Koch fiends, and a whole array of other plutocrats so important in our system. And at the same time, we've got the BS Commission, the Bowles-Simpson Cat Food, or better yet, Genocide Commission, deadlocked, reflecting the absolute vacuum of ideas inside the U.S. ruling class. Quite shocking. But the idea that unemployment is up, they won't approve unemployment benefits. They do allow $3.3 trillion for these predatory financial interests, and they're planning ways to gouge your Social Security and your unemployment benefits and your Medicare, Medicaid, and they're going to hit you with regressive taxes. It's just unbelievable. I mean, it's a pattern of hypocrisy, incompetence, double standards, ignorance, duplicity, which is unbelievable. And if we ever needed a third party, I guess it's now, or maybe a fourth one, since the third one is likely to be somebody like Bloomberg, right? Some kind of Wall Street operation. Let's look at the BS Commission for a minute. Now, they just had their meeting here. It's December 3rd. The vote was 11-7 on this monstrous program that they put together. Remember, they want to gouge your Social Security. They want to gouge your Medicare. They want to increase the gasoline tax. They want, we've gone through the program, and you can look it up. Who's in favor of it? I believe is Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, wonderful fighter for working people, is in favor of it. We have Kent Conrad, who wants to stay in the Congress, in the Senate from North Dakota, who says this is the best deficit deal you can get. No, it's not. We could do much better, Senator. That's your bankruptcy of ideas. If you believe that, you should resign. Make way for somebody who knows what they're doing. We have Rivlin, the resident austerity ghoul, austerity vampire of the Brookings Institution Democratic Party circuit. We have Coburn of Oklahoma, the extreme right-wing reactionary, who has basically said, this is the most genocide I can get, so I'm gonna support it. Spratt, this is disappointing. Congressman Spratt of South Carolina. Unfortunately, this is a family that was around way back when in the 1860s, and they didn't distinguish themselves for patriotism at the time. So Spratt also is going for it. Spratt is the only serving House Democrat on the commission. Now, some people apparently, we've still got to find out how they voted. Like I'm looking for Andy Stern of the SEIU, that wonderful company union, that wonderful labor auxiliary, the Obama Labor Front or Democratic Party Labor Front, and Andy Stern. But they didn't get it. 11-7. Now, of course, the commission was not in the same category as the BRAC, right, the Base Realignment and Closing Commission. It was not a fast-track thing where the Congress was legally required somehow to vote for it, yes or no, in toto, with no amendments and no reservations. It never got to that because the Republicans, and they were right to do this, the Republicans refused to lock themselves into the automatic consideration of whatever came out of this commission. It was the commission itself that said, we have 18 members and we want to get 14, and then we'll send it to the Congress. So that was something they did. They have no legal standing as far as I can see. This is an executive order by Obama that set them up, but that doesn't bind the Congress in any way. So there's a lot of specious and spurious stuff about the legal status of this commission. But even so, even within their own idiotic paradigm, they didn't get it, right? They didn't get the 14 votes. They only got 11 votes. But they were, of course, able to spew a vast amount of poisonous pro-austerity ideology. So on the one hand, it reflects the splits in the ruling class, but even more dramatically, it reflects the incompetence, the failure, the drift, the inability of this decadent, degenerate ruling class to point a way out of the crisis. Bowles, of course, very, very self-righteous, posturing gangster. Remember, he tried in 1998 to shut down privatized Social Security. He was dealing secretly with Newt Gingrich and his reactionary gang in the House of Representatives, and this was fortunately shut down by the coming of Monica Lewinsky in that crisis, which made that dirty deal impossible. Bowles says, we at least had an adult conversation. Well, this notion that in order to be intelligent and civilized and adult, you have to believe in genocidal austerity, we reject it. So Bowles, go home. Simpson, go back and join that. Go back and join the Simpsons on television where you belong. And we'll be back in a minute on World Crisis Radio.